All right, welcome back to another episode of Goal Getters. Hi, I'm your host, John Restino, with Scott Taggart. How you doing, Scott?
Good, man. What's going on?
Nothing. We were just talking off air. It's good. This is some great stuff.
Oh, I
I
love it.
mean, you can't make this up. The stuff we're going to talk about tonight.
Oh, it's
Um,
awesome.
It is. I mean, later on in the show, we're going to talk about Major League Baseball players slapping each other, or one slapping the other over fantasy football. Think about football, though, how big football is. That, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there,
Absolutely, man.
Jeff Wilson, I remember him. He was like San Francisco running back or something. And I love it.
It's great. This is great. I mean, talk about filling in the weeks when there's not a lot to talk about. This season's just been a gift from the gods, dude.
Yeah. No
everything.
Doubt.
All sports, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I love it. This is great stuff. I know. And we got so much. And then later on, we'll do I have a little video. I mean, he only played in the league 6 years, but I got a little video tribute to Marion Barber a little bit. We'll talk about him. There's some CTE issues that have been starting to crop up.
I don't doubt it. That dude was a touchdown monster, man. I used to grab him up on fantasy for his numbers.
Yeah. 38 years old. Too young, but we'll talk about him later. I guess what we should get into, because we got a lot to talk about. I'm going to talk about the NBA playoffs to kick it off.
Okay.
The finals. Game one, Boston wins 120-108, and you know what? I got some video that I'm going to bring up just so people can see some of the fourth quarter, how crazy it really was.
Still can't even believe that I woke up the next day and
yeah, no, I mean,
can't believe it.
I'll tell you one thing though, the Jaylen Brown for the Celtics is really an emerging. He is underrated. He took over the fourth quarter. I mean, in the fourth quarter, they outscored Golden State 40-16.
That is crazy. I believe I heard they went on a stretch. Because, like I said, I watched it up to a certain point. I thought Golden State I thought they were going to pull it off. I went to bed. And when I woke up, I still couldn't believe the score when I saw it and wanted to know what happened. But I guess they went on like a 17-point run. A 17-point run against the Golden State Warriors. No Warrior scoring a point. That is what probably amazed me the most.
Yeah. Yeah. And Horford there, he's playing for,
they said he played out of his socks, right?
Yeah, 26 points. I mean, you'll see on some big shots he hits down the end. And there was points where Golden State did take like a 97-92 lead, but you can see they're starting to miss shots and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, now it's a series for sure. I mean, Boston winning game one.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a different Golden State team in this next game.
You're going to have to.
And those guys really, you think Horford's really he's going to maintain that through the series? I mean, they had guys playing out of their socks that normally don't, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, Tatum only had 12 points. So
it was more the B-roll players really stood up. I mean, that
Jaylen Brown is awfully good. Jaylen Brown is to him what I guess Thompson there is to Curry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Brown is really underrated. And the other guy that's underrated is Smart, the defensive player of the year, whatever he is, awfully good. Hi guys, everyone in the message board. Any questions you have, please. Love to answer them. Love to talk about, or just comments you make about the games that we're talking about and all the situations. The Warriors are -4.5 for game 2.
I take it. I take it. I don't think they're going to lose 2 in a row.
I can't imagine. They're only -1.
See that happening, man.
Boston is +155 on the money line if you think they can win the game outright. Over-under is 215.5.
What were they the other night? Do you know? Did you happen to look?
It was 3.
Really?
Boston was +3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I thought that was low.
Money, dude.
When I saw that, I thought it might have been low.
Yeah, I think so. Because I don't know. I don't know, man. They've just been on such a tear. I mean, look at that. When they're the secondary role players step up.
Yeah.
Gosh, they're not going to do that every night, though. I mean, you probably got that maybe one more game like that out of them. They're not going to take over like that, but
I'm just reading something. It says Tatum What the hell is this? Most assists in a finals game won since Magic Johnson 1989. He had 13 assists. That's interesting,
Wow.
huh?
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. I love it when
yeah.
records get broken, man.
Curry had 34 points. Jaylen Brown, though, I keep mentioning him because I just think that this guy goes under the radar, and he's really he took over the fourth quarter. It wasn't Tatum, it was Jaylen Brown and Horford. I mean,
Now is Brown? What was he like during the season?
oh, he's good. He's been good. He's been the second guy to Tatum. I
haven't heard his name at all.
He's been his hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Shut up.
And
Sorry about that. It's not my wife, it's my dogs, man.
No, I hear you. No, and Horford, though, I think the more he wins, the more money he's making too. He's on a kind of contract where I think if he wins by getting to the finals, he made more money, and I believe by winning, there's like a substantial amount of money.
That would be awesome. Good for him. Good for him. He's
played
probably got to see a lot. I mean, he's always probably hasn't been. I mean, I don't know I've never heard of him. I don't know what kind of a player he's been. Has he always just kind of been a?
He's good. Always been good. Yeah, he's always been good, but it's just he's on a team that never had enough, and this Celtics team, and I'm a Knicks fan, so I generally always hate Boston.
Right.
It wouldn't matter. They're not hateable, though. I can't hate them. There's nothing.
I know. As much as I want to see them lose because I bet Golden State, I'm almost rooting for them at the same time, just because what they're doing as such a young team is just awesome. I love when this stuff happens. I love the stories. It's a great story. I love those things.
Tatum, of course, young guy. It's a star emerging, and I wonder sometimes this, because we're going to talk about this in hockey. The Warriors swept away the Mavs like 4-1, and the Celtics had a 7-game series, right? Mm-hmm. Game 1 comes, and it always seems like the team that had the layoff, it's weird. If they have a long layoff, they don't exactly play well game 1. I don't know why that is. Because it did that. Same thing happened in the Tampa series we're going to talk about in hockey.
They say that in football.
Yeah.
They always wonder if that lag in between is going to help or hurt.
I think it hurt. It seems to hurt.
It seems to hurt more often than it doesn't, I guess is what I would say. You know what I mean? Not always going to hurt. Depends. If you got a team that's banged up, it's obviously not going to hurt. It's going to help you.
Right.
But other than that, if all your guys are healthy, I don't know. I don't like that amount of time off. That's how if you're on a streak. If you're on a streak, that's the nail in the coffin for that. You know what I mean?
I think 10 days for Golden State. They didn't play.
It's a long time, man.
It really is.
And all the drama that happened in between.
Yeah.
Just in the public, you know what I mean? A lot of distraction. So,
absolutely.
But I think they'll come back for it. I still think Golden State's going to win the whole thing, but
maybe
if Boston does, I won't be angry.
All right. Maybe it goes 7. I was saying 6, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to next. I'll be curious to see. I think even how they win the game will be interesting. How does Golden State? Do they? Because they were dominating this game
going forward. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to play going forward with what happened last night.
Yeah, and they dominated. I mean, really, for 3 quarters, Golden State was in control.
How do you just fall apart like that?
I mean, don't get me wrong.
How do you let that team go on a 17-point run? How does that happen?
I think that I shouldn't have said that. They didn't dominate. There was points where it was a close game. The Celtics were holding their own, keeping it within 4.
They were kind of dominating early on, though, right? Because they were up by double digits.
They definitely were. Yeah, the third quarter, too. They were up big.
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching it.
I know, like, it's funny. I wish I'd have had this. I should have brought this clip. There was a point where a timeout is called, and it's in the fourth quarter, and I think Golden State called it. And they had Steve Kerr telling them, okay, they just got hot. Now let's go. Kind of like, now let's go.
Sure. Talking up the guys.
And it was funny because here comes the Celtics. They're just not stopping. And you see a picture of him where he looks like he makes that expression on his face, like almost like a shrugging of his shoulders.
Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, because they just don't stop.
Yeah.
So anyways.
They were hot last night. We'll see how that goes going forward. They're in the finals. They've been hot for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a couple games to talk about in the NHL. Now, real quick though, when do they play again, Robin? Tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Probably at 9 o'clock. They don't play Saturday?
No, Sunday.
They play Sunday. Oh,
Really?
okay. So they're taking a little break again.
Yeah.
Well, they extend this out all the time.
I know why are they doing that?
I don't know.
They always
They do it a lot.
I thought it was always every other day.
It should be.
until the end.
But only hockey doesn't really do that.
no.
It's NBA likes to really
Oy vey.
push this thing as far
Help
as
or hurt, right? Help or hurt.
Yeah, Sunday. You're right, Sunday. Yeah, thanks,
I mean,
Rob.
when you're hot, a few days off, that
Yeah, it's not good.
pull you right out, really. Easily.
Well, we got the NHL playoffs to talk about, and question, Robin. I'm sorry. Oops, Robin's question, NBA question. Go ahead.
Yes. The Warriors obviously won the championship in 2015, 17, and 18 with the Steph Curry centered team. Now they're in the finals again. Do you guys think this is their last chance to win? Like, if they don't win this time, is that it? Or do you think they'll be back again next year either way?
Question.
What's the contract status of any of those other guys? Steph's obviously locked up, right?
Yeah, Thompson is too.
Thompson?
Yeah, the main three.
The main guys are good.
Draymond Green. It would probably be Poole that they'd be maybe and that would be the guy. I'm not sure about where he's at. Jordan, what's it? Jordan Poole?
Jordan Poole.
Yeah, I'm not sure on him. How old? See, that's the other thing. Now I'm off kilter here. I don't remember how old Curry is. I don't know how old these guys are. But think about it. Thompson though, he was out for what 92. I mean, he missed 2 seasons.
Yeah.
With his knee, and now I think he's just starting to get back to normal.
Yeah.
Steph's 34.
He's 34. So
what's the average age of an NBA player? That I kind of don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But with the way Curry plays, why couldn't he play another 5 years?
Yeah, exactly. Another at least 3. He ain't going anywhere. So until he starts going this way, I'd count him in every year.
Me too. I think that's a good answer. Yeah. Until you start seeing him drop off.
Almost like Tom Brady, man. Until you start seeing a decline, he's in it every year as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, because I don't there's no way they're where they are without him.
No way.
I mean, Draymond Green and
be competitive, but they definitely wouldn't be where they are.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. I think until we see him go down, start to slow up.
Yeah. I read too that Steve Kerr has been an NBA head coach for 8 years and he's made the finals 6 times.
Wow. Awesome. And I feel sorry for Mark Jackson.
I feel sorry for him. I loved him when he played.
I feel sorry for Mark Jackson though. He had that team. He reminds me of Buck Showalter with the Yankees when Girardi came in.
Oh, I see.
Mark Jackson had them at the point. Still don't know why they got rid of him. And they were just starting. Those guys, I think it must have been when they were just rookies and maybe second-year players, and then they got rid of them for Kerr. But the funny thing is Jackson never coached again, and you hear him all the time on the play-by-play. He's the color guy. So feel bad for him. That's a good team he put together.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks when that happens to guys, man. You know what I mean? Where they're just 1 year away from really coming into their own at that point. That sucks. Yeah. But somebody's got to do it right. He's probably got a pretty fat pocket, so I don't feel that sorry for him.
And that's why he probably stays, announcing games. He's got
to be making. He's set.
Oh yeah, he's the voice of the he's the analyst of the NBA. It seems like him and Van Gundy.
Yeah, he's not hurting.
Let's go to the NHL real quick. The NHL playoffs. Why don't we talk about tonight? The Rangers have home ice advantage against the Lightning. In New York, they win game 1. Not surprised. I guess in the fashion that they won it is is surprising to me. I didn't really expect the Rangers to win the game. I mean, they won the game 6-2. And Vasilevsky looked human, but this is exactly how they looked game 1 against the Maple Leafs too. I know the Leafs beat them 5-0 to start the series. And you'll see some of the goals here. They're uncharacteristically from a distance without traffic in front of the net. So your players like Cheadle, Lafreniere, and Kako Kako, great name. Are
what? What's his name?
Kako Kako.
Oh my Lord, Evan! You better be a hockey player. It's gonna be tough, dude. You're gonna pick on your whole life with that name.
That's the kid line, and they're playing well. I mean, Cheadle had 2 goals last night, and game 2 tonight is huge at 8:00. I mean, the Lightning. Much like Golden State, I'd be look at that. I mean, that's a goal that usually doesn't go in on Vasilevskiy.
I gotta tell you, I was watching something. I'm away from the camera for a minute because my dog's in the window and she's gonna make me lose my mind. But
no problem.
Sorry, I'm back. I was listening to I don't know, I can't remember what his actual name is, Rupper, because I listen to the other sports shows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Mike Rupper?
Yeah, he played for the Penguins. Yep.
Yeah. So I heard him talking, and he's, I love listening to those guys talk when they're open and loose like they are on McAfee's show, so they'll kind of get him to talk about shit the way they wouldn't normally.
Right.
And he said the other day, he said, I'll be honest, I think the Rangers are going to win the whole thing. I was like, dude, you're killing my wallet.
Yeah, right.
But I was like, wow, out of all the teams, I was like, wow, okay. So, I mean, not that he's obviously played the game. He sees the way they're playing, and that's why he's saying that. He said they just look good. If they could just continue. He said if not, he thinks it's going to be Tampa Bay. It's going to be one of these two is what he thinks. Wow.
Interesting. Well, the goalie on the other side for the Rangers, Shesterkin, I say his name wrong all the time. He's a Vezina. He might win the Vezina this year. I mean, he
said, the other thing, and I don't mean to keep bringing up that other show, but that's where I got this information was he said that if they win, that he believes he's definitely going to get it.
Yeah, he's going to win. He'll probably, if they won the Stanley Cup,
and there's another trophy for the most valuable player, right? That's
the Conn Smythe.
Yeah, he said he would win the Conn Smythe if they win the whole thing.
Definitely, I agree with him for that. I still think Tampa's going to. I would be shocked tonight. Tampa tonight is let's see, they're minus 134 tonight. The Rangers are plus 112, and
what's the plus minus? A half a goal, or is it even?
That's a good question. I do not know the puck line.
I don't love to know what that is, man. That tells you a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the puck line is on this game tonight. Robin's going to find out.
Okay, good. Thank you, Robin.
So that's tonight at 8:00. But for me, I still believe that the Lightning. I don't know, man. I don't see how. No, I maybe I'm just underestimating the Rangers. I mean, all year long with the Rangers, they've played awfully well. I mean, they have 110 points, I guess, or whatever in the season.
1.5.
What's that?
1.5 is the puck line.
Who's minus 1.5?
Tampa.
Tampa's minus 1.5. Is there a number with it? Like what's
plus 200?
Plus 200. If you go with Tampa minus 1.5, you're plus 200 if you take Tampa to win the game by 2. And every game gets won by 2 if you notice, because everyone pulls the goal.
I'm gonna have to look at that.
It really you don't see one goal
pay off, man.
Because they always pull the goalie. The goalie's going to be pulled, and you chances are you're getting in the empty net, and it's going to be 2.
Gotcha.
So I kind of always think of that, but I am going to stick with Tampa. I think Tampa win. I can't believe that Lafreniere, Cheadle, and Kako Kako are going to be the reason that Tampa doesn't three-peat. Now, I know Kreider, he scored, Zibanejad. I also think, too, they got to stay out of the penalty box. There was a lot of power plays, and the Rangers capitalized. So, and I don't think Vasilevskiy puts in a game like he did last night, but he did last game, but he did do that against Toronto. He didn't do it against Florida. He only gave up 4 goals in the entire series against Florida, and he gave up 6 last night in one game. So, will be interesting. It's a great crowd. If you're watching the game, it's loud and
I'm going to watch it. I'm definitely watching. No doubt about that.
It's a good one. Now, why don't we go over to the crazy series? The Avalanche, though, has taken a 2-0 lead on the Oilers. And with that 2-0 lead, the first game was a
period. And this is where it all started to pile on. 5 minutes in, the full-blown press. And this is what happens when you get pressure.
Well, there you go. You're seeing some of the highlights of Game 2 when the Avalanche win the game 4-0. And sadly for the Oilers in a way, and Mike Smith, who's 41 years old, he played a great first period. But in the second period, this goal, that one right there by Manson has to be stopped. That was the second goal. That was 2 goals in 15 seconds. And when that shot's not stopped, it's over. Because now you're going to get the third goal. And it's going to happen. Here we go. And that's going to be 3 goals in 2 minutes. And I mean, at that point, it's lights out. And there's not anything left. I mean, that's it. That's the game. I mean, I think McKinnon scores on a power play to make it 4-0. And that was it. Now you got to be impressed, I think, Scott and everyone, with the defense, because with McDavid and Draisaitl and the whole thing, they made it hard for them, because in hockey, there's a stat, and it's kind of a stat I used to hate, but now it makes sense: puck possession. Because if you hold the puck enough, you got to win. You should win if you spend more time with the puck, then obviously it's less time for McDavid,
right?
And them guys to have it. So that's what they did. They made them defend. And I think, and here's another thing though, you throw another thing into the mix. They have their backup goalie in, because Darcy Kemper got hurt game 1. And, God, I can't say his name. Pavel Francouz. I think it is Pavel Francouz, the Colorado goalie with the shutout. Darcy Kemper did not participate in practice today, so it looks as though it's going to be Francouz again. And, I mean, I also think for you guys out there that might follow it as closely as I do, because I'm a lunatic with it, Cody Ceci defenseman for the Oilers, he's been getting about 20 minutes a game, and it's way too much. And if you watch, he's paired with Darnell Nurse, and they're just getting they got to have a better defenseman in that organization there's got to be a 7th defenseman that they can use. I know there is, because they're there in case of injury. I don't know who it is, right. But Cody Ceci's got to get off the ice. He's a pylon. He's just horrible. And he's been bad since.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah, he's been bad since Ottawa. He was horrible in Toronto. And I don't know how I don't know how Edmonton's even gotten this far with that.
No, you told me you didn't think they were going to make it past first round, remember?
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm still shocked. But I mean, it's because of
who's playing on their head, dude. Who is it? Is it McDavid?
Yeah, it's McDavid and Draisaitl. Because when they don't score, they don't win.
Right. They got to put up like 7 or 8 goals. Those two guys, the other team.
Those two guys.
You can't maintain that, man. That's too hard.
No, it is. And Mike Smith, at 41 years old, played that first period, game 2, he was outstanding. Game 2, second period, he gives up a kind of, it wasn't a soft goal. The first one was a redirect. And let me see if I can find it again.
Period. This is where it all started to pile on. 5 minutes in, the full-blown press. And this is what happens when you get pressure. Nassim Kadri with the wrister.
Sorry, dude. I finally remembered to unmute my mic.
It's a great redirection. It's a great redirection right here. All right, redirected Mike Smith. You're not going to – that's tough. You're not going to stop that one. This is the one. This is 15 seconds later. Manson just blasts it by him. You got to stop it. That one has to be stopped because there's no – he's got a clear shot at it. And goes right in. And within about another minute and a half on a 2-on-1 break – now this is something – it's tough, 2-on-1. Here's the third goal. So they scored 3 goals in about 2 minutes, and then that just was it,
Yeah.
And then when you add Cody Ceci to the mix, and I think even Duncan Keith, who's awfully good, he won cups with Chicago. I don't know. These guys are kind of old, and they're playing 20 minutes a game. And Cody Ceci, even when he was young, wasn't good. Like even as a young player, he's just stuck around because he's big, and it's just.
Hey, did you hear about Gretzky popping his head in the locker room the other night?
Edmonton?
Yeah.
Did he?
Supposedly, yeah. Told him to play defense and you'll win.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I never would have thought they got shut out. I didn't think they'd get shut out.
When I saw that, I was like, wow, I after everything you've said about them, McDavid and them, I was pretty shocked.
With Colorado's backup goalie too, because their starter Vezina Trophy winner, I believe, in the past. He got knocked out of game one, and the backup. I think, though, defensively, they just played really well. And that puck possession thing is a big deal. It truly, you possess the puck enough. It's just like time of possession in football. If you have the puck, you don't. They can't score.
Yeah, time runs out, man.
Yeah, so I do. So that's when is that, Robin? When do we play that one? That's got to be tomorrow at 8 p.m. in Edmonton, and that's going to be wild because those people up there love it.
Oh my God!
In New York too.
We're spoiled for how long with Gretzky? I mean, I know he went to LA, but still, been
a long time.
Yeah.
They almost lost that team. They came close to them moving.
Is this the most recent that they've been relevant again because of McDavid, or did they have since Gretzky? Really?
Really? Yeah. I mean, they had their moments. I think in 06 or 07, I believe, but because they had Taylor Hall. And he was supposed to be really good, but he never really amounted. He's okay, but it wasn't what he was supposed to be. Yeah, McDavid's brought him to a level of this. I mean,
I love it when a player comes out and they're because you hear it so often. Oh, once in a life, generational talent, once in a lifetime, and they shit the bed every time. More often than they don't.
Yeah, no, you're right.
This kid is. I remember hearing them. I mean, like I said, I listen to the sports show, so I listen to the hockey talk. I just don't know a lot of the guys they're talking about because I don't watch it enough. But I've heard them. I remember when it was him and Eichel.
Yeah.
And how they got people in Buffalo. I mean, think about that, man. I wonder how much the trajectory of the Sabres would have turned around had they gotten that number one pick.
Yeah, it'd be a whole different story. They'd be spending money.
Could you even imagine?
Yeah. No, it'd be
You'd
totally
be so
different.
miserable, John.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Thank God.
Miserable.
Thank God for me. And that Matthews went to Toronto and McDavid went to Edmonton and Buffalo got Eichel and it worked out well. But you're right. If he goes to Buffalo, like I said, it's a totally different story. They aren't bottoming out. They're right now they would be in their window to win. And they probably would be doing really well. I don't think Edmonton's really done well around him.
I thought he was. I know I always hear about him, but I don't hear much about Edmonton.
No, the goaltending is weak. And they got a lot, but although they're in a situation where Draisaitl and him are probably in the top four both together of players in the NHL, I think they get in salary cap issues. Because Zach Hyman came over from the Maple Leafs, and he's a good player, but they paid him an awful lot. Like I think $7 million a year. And you know how the NHL, it's a very strict cap. You're not going over that cap. There's no wiggle room. The only time you have any room is if you get players on long-term IR. Other than that, like if you have to, you're going to play with a bunch of guys that make $800,000. You have no choice. You know what I'm saying? So it's
right. No, I see what you mean.
Like Toronto. 4 guys are taking up $40 million. So when your cap is only 80 million, you got to fill out a pretty big roster. So you're dealing with guys that are million and a half. If you're, so
they don't screw around with the cap. They don't screw around with the cap in hockii like they do in football.
The only way
cap in the NHL.
Yeah, it's hard. The only way it gets screwed around with is long-term disability IR. And last year, Tampa did with Kucherov, where he got hurt, and I don't know, he didn't play for more than half a season. And I'll tell you what, game one of the play, and that meant they could go over the cap by $7 million because you can, at that point, long term. And if you get to the playoffs, and now you're in the playoffs, you don't if Kucherov would have came back and they'd have went over the cap, they'd have had to do something to adjust in the regular season. When Kucherov came back for the game one of the playoffs, there was no penalty. So now they got the guy for $7 million in free agency, and they had Kucherov, and he looked great game one last year. So it was they got to fix that part of it. But but anyways, you know what we should do? We should probably take a break. We're halfway home, and we got some football to talk about. We got fantasy football to talk about, and then a little Marion Barber. Sadly, he passed away too young. So we'll be back in a moment.
I can hear you. Yeah, I'm unmuted. You hear me? Hey,
All right, welcome back to the show. Hi, this is John.
sorry,
John with
I was yelling at my dogs. Sorry.
What are you gonna do? Your dogs are some. They're what do you got? Two of them, right?
Yeah, dude, they are.
How old are they?
One is 3 and one's about like 1.5.
Oh,
I think
they
she's
got. They're
3.
just,
She's pretty close to 3.
just a lot of energy.
Oh yeah, and then they, I just blocked every window, so
Right.
they can't see outside. So now they're angry because they can't bark at whatever is not out there. But
It's like kids, yeah.
Oh, dude, worse than kids, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
all right.
that's all right. Let's talk about Tua. Tua has finally the Dolphins, and I don't blame the Dolphins to tell you the truth. They finally come forward and come out. I'm going to play some video of Tua and kind of defending him.
I feel bad.
To be honest with you, I think this whole thing about him not being able to throw downfield is just kind of, I don't know. He threw downfield just fine in Alabama, and I mean, I'm watching some of these throws. I mean, they're downfield. I mean, they're pretty deep. You know what I mean? I don't see any issue in this guy throwing downfield. Where I have to almost agree with Tua, it might have been game plan.
Wow! Mac Hollins, welcome to the game.
So as you can see him, there you go, 2nd and 1. I mean, this is a long throw. I mean, this is 50 yards in the air.
I heard other people saying it today that, a lot of times you got to remember that those social media firms for these teams have to fill content. So some of them that fill it might not know if it's a good pass or a bad pass and just put it up there and I think that's probably what's happening.
Right.
There's no way he can be that bad.
No,
Underthrowing every wide receiver. I just don't. He wouldn't be a starter in the NFL if he was that bad. I feel bad for him, dude. He shouldn't have to answer those questions all the time.
No, I think he. Honestly, I mean,
he's plagued with it too because I see Mike getting asked the same questions at McCoy.
yeah.
I've seen him get. I mean, he's addressed it like 3 times. It's getting old,
I just think that you look back to Alabama, and you kind of look at Jalen Waddle. You look at what went on, and you're looking at those 10 plays. You just put up some plays. I think what Tua said might be right. I mean, they didn't like. I mean, the last head coach came right out and said that he wanted someone else, other than Tua.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So he's not going to game plan for him.
Yeah, and he's saying it was game plan, not so much not his arm. So it'll be interesting this year to see. I mean,
he's got a whole season now to prove all these people wrong. And you know what? If he does, good on him, dude. I hope he does because I hate to see someone that really was given a shitty situation to begin with if the coach didn't want him and he openly knew it.
Yeah.
Well, how do you have any relationship with a coach? You don't. It's already dead from day one. And
Yeah.
it doesn't strike me. That guy don't strike me as the kind of guy that's going to bring him in and be like, hey, man, listen, I don't see that dude doing that. He does not come across like that. He
Right.
seems more like a drill sergeant kind of a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See him during his interviews. I've only seen a few of them, but he just comes across as kind of probably a dick. I mean, coaches are for the most part, but some of them take things too far, I think, some people. But he strikes me as that kind of a guy. I don't know.
Yeah. Flores just, when he came out and said he'd rather have Deshaun Watson, I mean, that's just, I mean, you
have to see what I'm dealing with right now.
What's going on
this
over there?
Dog is trying to rock climb the pillow, look out the window. She's going to end up dead. Oh, she jumped. She quit.
They're going to, oh, yeah, all right.
You do it. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would quit too. No, I mean,
oh, Christ.
No, I mean, Tua, I don't know. I never felt that the injury in Alabama was a big deal. It was a terrible injury that he took, but it wasn't to his arm, so that's fine. When you look back at those Alabama throws and everything else, I mean, he was throwing the ball, I mean, deep down the field, and he was here. I just saw him throw a 55-yard pass. He's
what was his average? What would you say his average deep pass was?
Over there in Alabama?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I mean,
I know that's a little hard, but was he able to throw 50, 60 yards easily, pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, I just saw him do it here. Yeah.
Well, then people are just trolling him because of this video, man. And you know what the sad thing is? It's working.
Yeah.
Like the trolls on social media are causing all this for him right now.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
He said, I saw an interview with him where he said, and this is something way off topic, but he's more concerned when his father gets mad at him than when a coach does. And I remember a thing they did about Tua, and it was when maybe, I don't know what year it was when he was in Alabama. Maybe he was just starting to become the starter. His father was really not that great. I mean, when it came to making him be left-handed, forcing him to throw left-handed.
Yeah, what's that all about?
The way he treated him if he threw interceptions.
Really?
It was kind of nuts. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was some things being said that he would do to Tua if Tua threw interceptions that were kind of crazy. So, I don't know, man. You know what makes me wonder about parents?
I don't know how a parent, how can you say you love your kid if you treat them like that?
I know. And I'm lucky. They're lucky
I don't get it.
They're lucky he still likes the game, which he does, because every coach says that he loves he loves the game, because that could knock it out of a kid or out of a person,
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think we've seen that happen before.
Oh.
We've seen that.
Marinovich?
Yeah, we've seen it. Right.
Did you ever see his story? That's a good one people should look at.
Yeah.
You get to see the 30 for 30, or I think it's a 30 for 30 or something like that on him. It's
terrible. Yeah.
It is terrible, but look at who he was. I mean, he was the number one recruited guy, and he didn't like it. He didn't want to be.
Yeah. He smoked a lot of, and he smoked a lot.
Oh, he liked the party, brother.
He probably did to escape it. That's all I can think of sometimes.
That. His father was a total asshole. I guarantee you he did.
Yeah, the pressure was probably.
How his dad treated him. That story's pretty jacked, man. People should really look into that.
Yeah.
And I think that happens a lot with a lot of people, the parents. I mean, dude, we hear it at Little League games, don't we? I mean,
we sure do.
We've all heard those parents. I've seen, dude, I was on a team. I can tell you stories, brother. I remember there was a kid on our team that his dad didn't, I don't know, I can't remember if his father didn't think he was running fast enough or trying hard enough or something like that, dude, in front of everybody at a game. Like, it was unbelievable. I couldn't even believe it. Everyone was in shock. Nobody did anything, but he was that guy. He was that parent. You know what I mean? He came out on the baseball field while his kid was coming home to base or something and called him right out and he went after him. It was unbelievable.
I have a quick story. I coached Little League. This has to be 1993, 92. But anyways, and when I was coaching Little League, I was coaching the All-Star team, and the best player was a female. And these were 8-year-olds. She was the best player, simply. So she would play every inning, you know how it goes. And one time at practice, a father came up to me while the kids were all around, and his son wasn't playing every inning because he was good, but he wasn't good enough. You know, he was playing, a bench player. And he decided to come up and say to me, "I can't believe you're playing that fill in the blank of a derogatory word towards a female over my son. Said it right out loud.
Come on.
Which caused an actual fist fight because the father of the little
Sure.
girl heard it.
Sure.
And you had a brawl break loose right there. And yeah, they suck. Parents are garbage. They suck. They should not
They
even.
really
It's
can
so
be,
sad.
dude.
They probably shouldn't be allowed to be at a game.
Yeah.
You want to ban them.
My brother's kids play basketball out in Vegas. My brother said, dude, you don't even know. Like, you don't even know. Every parent out there, because it's a bigger city, their kid's the best.
Yeah.
If your kid scores, they hate, dude, my brother's like, dude, it can be bad. And his kids are pretty good, so they play on a bunch of different teams,
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, man, it gets pretty crazy at some of those things.
They sure do. And I can't stand it. It's a freaking disgrace. Let's talk about you brought it up the other day to me, and it's a good one. You got Lamar Jackson. Now, Kyler Murray did return to the Cardinals facility. I guess he came back. He still doesn't have a contract, but he decided to go in.
Right.
They picked up his 5th year, right? And I guess next year he makes $29 million guaranteed, but this year only $5 million, something like that.
Yeah.
So Murray, Jackson, and Deebo Samuel don't have contracts, or if they do, they don't want to
like 1
play.
year left or something, right? Well, aren't they all trying to negotiate early?
Yes, I think so.
Right? Yeah, and most teams are like, sorry, we're not
Yeah,
doing
and
that.
Lynch. Yeah, and John Lynch has said that Deebo Samuel is going to play for the 49ers. He's not trading them. So what happens there, I don't know.
Debo's probably the most interesting one, just because of how far he kind of took it. But
Yeah.
Kyler, I don't think Kyler's going anywhere. The one I'm the most curious about, is Lamar Jackson, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, I know the numbers go up every year, and that may be the only reason why he's doing it. And he might come out at the end and go like, you know what? Every year the quarterback money goes up, so why would I do it now?
Right.
I can wait. I ain't going nowhere. I'll wait out. I mean, he's the one taking that chance of getting hurt and wrecking everything. I hope it doesn't happen, but it could. But or is he trying to just play out his contract and leave?
Right.
Like, that's what I'm curious about. You know what I mean?
Very dynamic, though. I
always
always forget.
dude. Think about
about
it. How many teams have an actual star stud quarterback right now?
Not many.
And how many have quarterbacks that are good, but Lamar Jackson would make them a lot better?
Right. No.
I mean,
yeah.
that dude it doesn't matter. I think he might just be waiting to maximize his bucks. I think might stay in Baltimore, but I don't know, dude. That guy is hard to get a read on that cat.
It is. I agree. When they interview him, I know it's weird. I can't.
A girl that I know was at she does baked goods. I believe she's in Louisiana. And she was at a private party for the Kentucky Derby.
Right.
And he was there. She got a picture with him. She said he was a super nice guy. But I'm just curious. It was just cool that she met him, that he was out and about like that. I don't know if it was for a group or a company or what it was for. She didn't really say. She just posted the picture with him, so I thought it was pretty neat. She said he was the nicest guy ever, which I totally believe because he comes off like that. But he's the one I don't know, man. I don't know. Is he that happy in Baltimore? Is his setup there really that good?
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. Yeah.
I mean, I know they've got him all around him, but they just got rid of whatchamacallit there, Brown.
That's his friend. Yeah.
Right.
Close friend.
So
yeah.
Is it? I mean, so we don't really know. Maybe he's just ultra tight-lipped, and maybe shit's going down behind the scenes, and he just doesn't bring it out and talk about it.
Right.
Which makes him a better man than most guys.
Football question?
Yeah.
All right, give us a question.
All right, let's go.
What effect do you guys think that Deebo's status has on Trey Lance?
Well,
a lot.
I'd have to say a lot. Yeah.
I think it'll make or break him.
Yeah, because without Deebo, I don't know. Like, if he decides not to play,
you're done.
I don't even know what you're talking about. The tight end is the only thing.
Yeah, and he likes to block more than he likes to catch.
Well,
I heard him say it the other day. He said they run the ball 37 times. I don't care.
Wow.
He likes checking people. I know he catches the ball a lot, but he likes hitting people too, blocking.
Yeah.
So.
They're that Iowa guys, man. There's
I
something else.
don't think they're good enough. I don't think with him being as young as he is, I don't think they would be good enough to overcome him not being there.
Yeah, they need him bad. They really need him.
He's their star. I mean, he's their star. Trey Lance isn't. He is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they need him. And well, because they'll fall right into the trap that's going on with Justin Fields in Chicago, and it's not any other's fault than the past group that just were horrible, the GM and stuff. But the Fields doesn't have nothing. I do like Mooney, but but that's okay with the Bears because they're not expected to do anything. But the 49ers seem to be expected to be a playoff team or something.
I don't understand why.
I don't either.
Why? Trey Lance, we don't even know what they have in him.
No.
They don't even know what they have in them. So why would they be just because of Deebo Samuel? Come on, man. I mean, he's good. He ain't that good.
Jimmy G, right? What's he doing? We don't even know.
Jimmy G was serviceable, though. Jimmy G played the part that they wanted him to, right? I don't know what's going to happen with him. That's going to be very interesting. Once he's healed up from that surgery, they'll know what his value is.
Right.
Hurts it big time. Him having the surgery kills him. But
do you have any more questions, or did we exhaust them?
I had a baseball one.
Ask the baseball question before we move on to one of the
That's all you, Johnny boy.
All right. One of the greatest stories ever we're going to cover here in a minute. Go ahead.
Joe Girardi was fired from the Phillies.
Right.
And I just wonder what your thoughts are on his future. Do you think he'll continue to manage? Do you think he'll ever be back with the Yankees?
No to that. I don't think he'll ever be a Yankee with the Yankees again. The Phillies are 12 games back at 22 and 29. They have too much there to be that bad. There's no doubt. I think it was silly. I think it was a bad move. I would have kept him for the season at least to see if he could turn it around. You know where I could see him going? To the Mets? Easily. The Mets would love to have him come in with the Yankee, the crosstown thing.
Right.
Could he go to Boston? Sure.
Oh. No.
What's wrong? Why? What's the deal with him? What happened with the Phillies?
Just bad. Just they want a new voice, they said in the locker room, in the dugout, but they just started playing well. I mean, 22 and 29, you're 12 games back.
How long has he already been there since he left the Yankees?
Yeah. Right. 3 years, 4 years now. They've never made the playoffs with him. So that's another
problem. They ever have a winning record?
If they did, it was just over 500 type of thing, and not making the playoff.
Yeah. And there's a plane going over my house right now, and my dogs they've just gone to the back door. They're heading back this way. They're going to lose their minds. I'm just letting you know.
Going for the million. Huh?
Well, they're going.
They're going for the plane.
Mark them, dude. Yeah, win for me. Sorry, go ahead.
It's all right. Girardi, though, Robin, he's going to coach again. He's too young not to, I would think.
Yeah.
How old is he?
What's he got to be at 60 at the most? In his early 60s?
I was going to guess late 50s, but I don't know.
Early 60s probably, because you figure in 96 when he played for the Yankees, he had already played for the Cubs a little.
Right.
He'd started out with the Cubs. So there's another. He'd go back to the Cubs. They've always talked about him going back to Chicago, and he loves Chicago. So he'll
fall on his feet then.
Yeah, or if not, he's where he's really good. He's in the broadcast booth. Yeah, he's very good in the broadcast booth.
So he's got all kinds of options.
Yeah, so he'll just relax. They have to pay him, and he'll just sit there and do nothing while he gets paid by the Phillies.
I wish he'd come back to the Yankees.
Oh, I do too. Definitely. I don't like Aaron Boone at all, but they're playing so great right now. We're not going to get into them too much, but they've won 35 out of 50. They've won 36 out of 51 games.
That's awesome, dude.
And their ERA, the thing that's great about them this year is their pitching is doing well. It's usually not, and they're hitting the ball.
That's usually their
with guys like Nestor Cortez.
Yeah, Nestor Cortez, Garrett Cole.
Yeah, that's usually their tough spot, right? Is pitching.
Yeah, starting.
They have the most trouble.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like so far so good. And Aaron Judge is unbelievable. He's batting over 300. He's got 19 home runs, 40 RBIs. So.
Awesome. That dude's nuts.
And he's like 6'7". He's just.
I know. He's a tree of a man.
Dave Winfield. He reminds me of in size.
Yeah. I see.
Bigger. Yeah. Let's get to a story that is the best of all time. And I got some videos, so sit back and enjoy this.
Wait, I cannot wait.
I got 2 videos of this. Jock Peterson playing for the Giants. Tommy Pham plays for the Reds. Mike Trout is they don't talk about him much in here, but we'll get into him because I heard some stuff. is the commissioner. All a bunch of baseball players. Let me just play it. It's going to be about 3 minutes of stuff, 3.5 minutes. Let's go with this. This is beautiful.
That was the only physical part. Yeah.
Are you able to expand on what preceded that? Why that movie from?
We were in a fantasy league together. I put a player on the injured reserve when they were listed as out, and added another player, and then there was a text message in the group saying that I was cheating because I was stashing players on my bench, and then I don't know, I looked up the rules and sent a screenshot of the rules, how it says that when a player is ruled out, you're allowed to put him on the IR, and that's all I was doing. And then it just so happened that he had a player, Jeff Wilson, who was out, and he had him on the IR, and I said, you literally have the same thing on your team, on your bench. And then I guess he was in 2 leagues, and in one of them he was on the IR, and one of them he wasn't. So maybe that was a confusion. But on the ESPN league we were in, it was listed as out. So it's like it feels very similar to what I did. And that was basically all of it. There's not much more to it.
Was there any advance inclination
we never had any more contact. The only time we texted was in the group text, and yeah, I mean it was over a year ago. Yeah, it was.
All right, so there's a little more. Hold on, let me bring this up.
Yeah, I saw that, and I know what he said, and either it's true. There was a lot of money involved in it. I did send a GIF in the group chat that was making fun of the Padres. In the group chat, there was more than one Padre. There was maybe 4 or 5 that I'm kind of close with a couple of them, and it was supposed to be a friendly thing, just making fun of, they were playing bad and just talking back and forth. And yeah, I mean, he did not like that and responded, Jock, I don't know you well enough to make any jokes like this. And yeah, so then I wrote back, I'm just trying to pull it up so it's exact. Was meant to be all fun and games. No hard feelings. Sorry if you took it that way. And then about 2 weeks later, after like week 4 or 5, he ended up leaving the league, and there's been no communication since. But like I said, it is true. I did send a GIF making fun of the Padres, and if I hurt anyone's feelings, I apologize for that.
Well, I want to see the GIF, dude.
The GIF, you know what? He shows it later on in there, and it's not. It's 3 weightlifters, and one over their heads is the different like Dodgers, Giants, Padres. It's so basic, and the 2 guys, the other guy collapsed
or something.
Yeah, that's all.
I got you.
It was nothing.
Christ. This dude had it in for him already. I got it in for him just how he speaks. Oh my God. Spit it out, dude.
Yeah. He's
Spit it out, man.
He's like one of those California guys. He looks like he's like a surfboard guy, it looks like.
What is that? What is that? Yeah, that was strange.
But I love this story. I love this. This is great. I mean, first of all, the fact that they even have to ask him about it is unbelievable.
But did he win the league?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Did he cost Tommy the league?
Well, Tommy quit week 5.
Oh, that's what he said. He quit that league.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got confused. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I don't know if he got baseball or what's going on. So where did he slap this dude? Did he do it on the field?
Yes. He before the game,
You got video?
Before the game, he went out there and slapped him
during batting.
during
You got
batting
video of
practice.
it?
What's it? Yeah, there's video you can see. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
let's
have it,
do
but you
that.
can see it.
Oh gosh, you don't- damn.
And
That's
Jock
awful.
Peterson didn't do anything back, but he got
How hard did
suspended.
he hit him?
Wasn't that. It didn't look. I mean, it didn't.
So he just. But see, he
He
slapped
slapped
him.
him.
That's
Yeah.
all it takes, dude. That's the biggest disrespect you do to a guy because you hit him. You know what
Yeah.
it is? Slap him like a bitch is what they say.
Yeah, and Jock Peterson did not respond. He said, "I don't believe in
Why
violence."
Will Smith slapped
Yeah,
whatchamacallit.
and he said, Peterson said, "I don't believe in violence," so I just took it easy and stepped back. He said, "I'm not going to get into it."
I
Well,
probably would have punched the guy in the face.
Yeah, well, Fam gets suspended.
You know what he's going to do at that point.
Right. Fam gets suspended for 3 games and loses $100,000 in game checks over fantasy football.
I'd like to know did he ever say how much the purse was in that league?
He may have. I don't think
I'd
I've
love
heard
to
that.
know, man. I'd love
But
to
I
know
don't
how
think it-
close Tommy was to. I need more info on this. I need
Yeah,
to know,
well-
was Tommy close to winning it and this cost him something? Was he not able to get a player because of this?
But I don't know how, because it was week 5. He wouldn't have known. The season was only 4 weeks in when he quits, Fam. So I don't know.
Dude, I don't know, man. You ever play fantasy football? Sometimes you know by like week 2 that your team is.
Yeah, if your team stinks. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get like 3
Well-
injured reserves and you're screwed.
Well, think about Fam. He's keeping Jeff, whatever. What was his name again?
Wilson.
Jeff Wilson. That was the guy.
I don't even know who that is.
He was a running back for the 49ers. That's all I remember. And I know he's a backup. So he must have had whoever at that time was 2020. So who would it have been? Mostert? I don't even know who because it
Wait a
wasn't.
minute. This was
Elijah
2
Mitchell.
years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago he waited.
He waited. Dude, that's a grudge, bro.
Yeah.
That's a fucking grudge.
I actually take Peterson's side on this in a way because Fam seems like it's outrageous.
Yeah, it
that
sounds
you would-
like he really kind of. I wonder what's going on in his life that this all of a sudden took hold of him.
to start beating to
More
ever.
than that, dude. It's more than that. It's more than that. This
If
is
you
too
would-
innocent.
It makes no sense. I mean, think about it.
I wonder if he got close to winning it and it cost him because he lost a week. You know how it is. You're in the, you go into the injured reserve list, the free agents. Some guy's got a worse record than you, and he gets that pick that week. Or if you're going in a serpentine order,
what I don't under
do you know what I mean? And you get
Yeah,
screwed
but
out of somebody. It can
he
happen.
didn't
They can
finish the
break
season.
it for a season.
But once again, though, when we played, for us, because we're normal guys, what's it going to be? If you're normal, you're doing a $20, or maybe 50. But these guys, I was going to be, but it's not.
More than that, buddy.
Oh, you're going to
Keep going up.
hundreds? I don't know what you're doing.
Dude, the league I was in, it was $250 to get into it, and if you won,
Wow.
you won like almost $3,000.
See, now that's different for us, though, compared to those guys.
I
They're
want to know
already-
how much the purse. Yeah, but how much was the purse? How much did I need more? I need that information. I need
Yeah.
to know how much money was involved in this league,
Right?
and did you legit end up to that week? Because you can look back at a fantasy football season and see a week that screwed you and cost you everything,
Right.
making the playoffs or whatever. You know what I mean? And you can figure out which week you got. I wonder if that's what it was. I want to know more. I got to talk to Fam. You got Fam's number?
Yeah, Fam. Yeah. Well,
Seems to
Fam,
want to talk.
Fam, though, I mean, he does have an interview. We'll have to look at it.
Yeah,
But
I gotta see
Fam, but what I'm saying is then he gets involved in the GIF. He seems like just an idiot. I mean, why are you
I
getting,
think that's why I'm wondering if that was what sparked everything.
and he played for the Reds.
The gift just set it off, and then
No, but-
he's so angry he waits 2 years and slaps him. Maybe
I
he
don't
just
even
didn't like the dude because the way he talked. I'm being serious. Who
Yeah.
knows what else happened in that little chat room too?
He played game 5. He quit. Though he wouldn't know. He didn't even play the season out. He only got 4 weeks in, and then he quits.
Yeah, I'm not taking this all. I'm not thinking at this the right way.
I mean, Fam
After week
quit.
5, they were done. They never talked again.
Yeah, he quit. He quit the league.
He's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, Fam quit the league. He left.
Yeah, he quit the league. Yeah, but did anything transpire outside of it?
According to Jock Peterson, no. But we don't know. We got to hear the other guy.
There got to be something more to it, man. That's just too innocent.
I love it.
I don't know. I got to see what
I
Fam
love
has to
this.
say.
I love it
I
because
love it too.
this is outstanding. I
That
love
dude
this.
seems so shocked that it's all going on.
When I first saw this, I couldn't believe it. Then when I see the fact that he had this was great, that he had to go through. Well, I put this guy on the IR, and then I did this, and I'm like, this is unfucking believable. This is I've done this before.
Interview. This is a 20-minute interview about why you got slapped.
And then they do it again. They come back the next day, and he has to show him the gift. And he's got, I apologize to everyone I hurt. He's saying, oh my God.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
It reminds me of the Josh Donaldson thing with Tim Anderson in a way. I mean, it's kind of got that same feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, bizarre. Fantasy football. Football just rules everything. Even these
how much
guys.
do you know about Fam? How much
What's
you know
that?
about? How much
Fam?
do you know about him?
He's you know what? Fam's a utility guy. Like, he plays a lot of positions. He's certainly not.
Attitude on the baseball field? Is he known to be a dick?
I never noticed it. I mean, I haven't seen, but I mean, like, Josh
Is he a
Peterson,
big guy, a little guy?
Littler guy. Peterson's much bigger than him.
Oh, he's got little.
Peterson's he's more of a starter, and he's been a star in the league when didn't he win the home run derby the one time?
Yes.
So he's been there, with the Dodgers. Now he's with the Giants. So Fam's been more of a utility guy. He's definitely more of I wouldn't say bench player, but he's one of those guys who bat eight or nine in your lineup type thing. He could play second, outfield, play anywhere you want, but catch and pitch. But so
he just walked up to him and slapped him.
Yeah, I guess
that's all that happened.
They were out in the outfield during batting practice. He came out and said something to him, I guess, about
Fam came out to Peterson.
Yeah, and said something about 2 years ago, or I can't remember what Peterson said. He said, but and he got slapped. And I guess there's a lot of players around that that came in and like separated things and all that.
What a fucking! I wanted this gift to be so much worse.
Yeah, it was nothing. It was nothing. I love it because we've been there.
I wonder how bad he was playing at the time. Was he in a real bad rut at that point?
That's a good question too. Yeah, there's a lot surrounding it.
It really made him pissed.
I love it though. How many, Robin? You've been in all my leagues. That's how I met Robin, was through fantasy football.
Oh,
how
awesome.
much fighting? Yeah, she was the commissioner of a league that I didn't know, and I ended up showing up in the basement, and then that was it. But I mean, think about all the fighting and nonsense. I've had people leave.
Oh my God.
They pack they take their ball and go. They quit, and I love it. I love this that Major League Baseball players. This is my point. Is NFL is so big that even these guys
are that passionate about it. Are they passionate about it?
And they're slapping each other.
But you waited. You're so passionate about it. You waited 2 years.
Listen,
slap that son of a bitch.
I know some people that are like that to this day. I'm not going to mention their names, but I could tell you right off air. I'll tell you, there's one guy that I might slap if I happen to get a shot at him. But he'd probably kill me because I'm not much of a. I'd be murdered. But I could see. But I understand Fam a little bit, but I wouldn't slap anyone because you go to jail. You can't act that way.
I don't know. I'd have to, if he was playing bad at that time and he was in a rut, then I get it.
I love this.
2 years, dude. 2 years. You had a rock in your shoe for 2 fucking years, man.
I know. That's usually an Italian thing. Like I know
that was a pretty expensive slap, my friend.
Yeah, it's $100,000 in game checks. Yeah.
That's why I want to know more about that league. I need more info.
And we know Mike Trout. Mike Trout was the commissioner of the league, so that's even funnier to me. The whole thing, and Mike Trout makes see how much money he's one of the highest. He's the highest paid.
Hey, I was going to say he's up there, right?
$600 million deal, I think, for him or something crazy.
I'm telling you, there was a lot of money involved in this league. There had to be.
It better be big. It better have been worth $1 million because
those dudes get weird with that betting shit. You know how they are. They're still competitive with stuff.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm sure they were. If Mike Trout was involved, the amount of money he has, I'm betting it was there's probably a good buck on the line.
Sure, but not enough to hurt. I can't imagine these guys are. You know what I'm saying? That they're putting.
Well, I don't know how much money does Fam make as his position.
He's got to be well over. Oh, he's got to be doing well because all these guys get paid well. They're in baseball. They're all just. He's got to be multi-million. So baseball makes great money. But
I didn't know that. A couple years ago, everybody said they were dying.
they're always dying, but they put up the. I mean, look at the contracts. I mean, like I
I've
said,
heard they're dying at least 3 times.
I bet you Trout is making 35 a year, 35 million a year, and I bet you Aaron Judge is going to make 40. When he comes up, it'll be 45. I mean, these guys. That's why they're not. That's what's crazy about it. The owners are paying, so something's happening.
Hey, I should have screenshotted this and sent it to you.
All right.
I saw something the other day. We're speaking of baseball. This is a former baseball player at a basketball game. Barry Bonds.
Oh, yeah.
His head looked like it shrunk.
I did. Sure, it did.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah, because
I'm
it
like,
got
dude,
so.
his head is small again.
Yeah, it was so big.
Yeah.
It was the most unbelievable thing ever.
I
when
didn't
he
know
was,
if that was going to end up being permanent.
right. Think
'Cause
about that.
I don't
Think
know.
about how nuts that stuff is they were taking.
I mean,
that
it
they're both-
really transformed his head. And I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit, he looks. I haven't seen him in years, dude. I don't really follow or anything like that. So I saw him. I'm like, oh my God, his head's back to normal.
Yeah, and it's a good thing it did, because it would have been unbelievable how big he got if his head would have stayed the same like when he was on the Pirates. It would have been a I mean, so thank God, I guess, for him that his head went with the
That's just
Everything.
insane.
yeah. 72 home runs for that guy, and I cannot accept that he's the home run king. I just won't. I can't do it. When your head
nobody
grows,
does,
I'm
right?
not. Huh?
No, they're never going to get into the Hall of Fame, right?
I don't know anymore. There's a lot going on where it seems like people
Every
are
time
just
it
starting.
comes around, they want to just, you
Yeah.
know, put the rope down and let them cross over this line there.
Well, before we go, because I know we're over time, we talked about Marion Barber for a moment earlier. He passes away at 38 years old. Played 6 seasons, 5 with Dallas, 1 with Chicago. And, like you said earlier, he was a touchdown. He was a bull, So Marion Barber there passes away at the age of 38. The surrounding, I mean, he was found in his own apartment. He was found in his apartment 2 days. He'd already been dead, I guess, in his bathroom in a hot shower, and he had been already dead. So for 2 days, and
So it wasn't hot anymore.
no, he must have ran out of hot water. But someone
didn't. I want to shower there.
Someone called to do a check, a wellness check.
It's even sadder that he was there for 2 days.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
Now, Des
I don't
Bryant,
think he made a ton.
Des Bryant, not too long ago, put out a tweet saying that he was in trouble, that Marion Barber was in trouble. That's all he said. You can read the tweet.
So what did Des Bryant try to do about it?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what he did. I don't know. I know, though, there is talk of CTE issues. The family is not wanting to. Chris Fidel wants to slap Yankee fans for $1. Well, what fan are you of? I don't know who he likes in baseball. Who's he like? What the fuck? Who's he like in baseball? I know he likes the Cowboys and the Bruins, which is bad. 76ers is fine. What's the baseball team of this guy?
Oh,
You don't know?
gosh.
Chris, let me know. Who do you like in baseball? Because I don't
Is
even
it
know.
the Phillies thing?
Oh, my.
He said, "Oh my."
Well, at 12 games back, if it's the Phillies, and 22 and 29, the Yankees are 36. Oh, the Blue Jays. All right. I like the Jays. I like their team. I love Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
and
He's
those
awesome.
guys. That's a good team, the Jays. They're a real good team. Don't get so. You should like the Leafs then, Chris. What the hell is this?
I know.
Stop.
Hey,
Stop it.
You know what? Why don't they ever set anything up for them to come back and play in Bison Stadium again? A couple.
That would be
games or
cool,
something?
right? I don't know. Yeah.
Sure, they like doing it so much. Be good for us.
Yeah,
over
they
here,
did.
right?
The fortune for those tickets.
Yeah, we
too.
couldn't get in to see it. I know. So let's go
Yeah.
back to Marion Barber. Marion
I'm sorry.
Barber. No, that's okay. No. Chris took me off guard because he wanted to slap Yankee fans for $1. But anyways, Marion Barber, 6 years, CTE. The family says they will not allow his brain. I don't know why they're doing this. They won't let his brain be tested.
Why?
Which is I don't know why.
Why would you
There's no
not
explanation.
like that?
So
What is it? You know what I mean? Is that
Why?
hold his
I don't-
body up or anything? That doesn't hold.
is
his
it a
body.
religious thing? I don't know. Maybe it's a religious thing.
You gotta respect their
though,
wishes. What can you do?
one thing that happened with him, I saw he was arrested. This was a couple years ago, and he was jogging. And according to police reports, for no reason, he just decided to start damaging and cars. He just started beating up cars and breaking stuff, and it made no sense. And there was some other run-ins with the law that made no sense. So it kind of sadly sounds, I mean, there's been
kind of trouble. Why didn't anybody try to get him up? Maybe they did.
Yeah, maybe they did.
They just let him just go that way. I'm sure people tried to get him help. I just,
Yeah, I don't know what Des Bryant. He did
players you think somebody should have reached out and maybe, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah,
the situation. You know what was going on behind closed doors.
Yeah. Very sad. Very sad though, man. When you hear that, 38 years old and passes away. And we had Dwayne Haskins not too long ago, 24 years old.
Yes.
So yeah, a lot has happened though. When you think about this year, a lot of entertainers and athletes have passed away. So it's been a tough year for entertainment.
Absolutely.
But let me, before we wrap it up, I have to remind everyone about Falls Count Anywhere. That's tomorrow. Me and Krista, I'm going to be in for Charlie Turner because he's got some stuff he's got to do, and I'm going to be sitting in with Krista Carlo as we have Hall of Fame referee James Beard will be with us as our guest, and all of these great clips that Chris brings for old time wrestling, back from the 70s, 80s, and 90s and early 2000s. We'll be talking about the Iron Sheik and his tweets. And we'll be talking.
Is that really him, dude?
I don't know. I did see a picture of him where he looked pretty good for his age, but I'm betting it's a handler. I bet you it's somebody who knows how he is, because it sounds like him.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Totally. I used to hear him on Howard Stern. He was awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
He was unbelievable. So I wonder if he says stuff and they put it out there because he probably doesn't mess around with Twitter. But watch us tomorrow, 2:00. It'll be on. It'll be a great show if you like professional pro wrestling and stuff. Probably have a little talk about some stuff that's happening today with the AEW and WWE and all that, and AWA or whatever. We'll be talking about that stuff. Don't forget also Monday, Citizens United with me and Noel will be on. That's more of a local show for everybody out there that's watching us all over the country. It's more of a local thing here for Western New York. And going forward, there's a lot going on. A lot of shows at Gorillas Inc. Check us out for your entertainment. Gold Getters will always be here on Friday. Scott.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm zoning out.
No, it's all right. Well, we're ready to go. We're over 13 minutes. We're 13 minutes overtime. So anyhow,
we will
Scott,
always be here on Friday.
Yep. And you are going to watch tonight because we got
I'm on it.
2 of the Lightning. And I know you got money on the Lightning.
I gotta watch my dollars, man. I gotta watch my dollars.
I hear you. All right, let's get out of here. Scott, have a good one. I'll be talking to you.
See you, buddy.
All right, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.